So this is sort of the first setup I have with the my dashboard. So you can see the three candles are running in the center on it, and they're all wired and worked in. They're all wireless. That's what I'm saying. They're only 50 bucks a piece, but you can see that they run the radio stack for you, and they run 6 of the most important, probably, aviation things on it. Now the problem with them that I was looking at is because there's multiple clocks in them. Like, it's not just one clock that spins or anything. There's multiple clocks with different gauges on them for resetting them and everything, and I just thought they were a bit complicated. This one here, this panel here, is a 48 light system. I think there's 40 on this one. So these are just 40 of the lights that would be normally in this plane. If you look here, you can see them lights, and then I can make them flash on it. Like, they're the test lights for the emergency lights on the plane. So you do want them because anything I turn on and off, like pedo lights or anything, are all affected by that. And you can see that you can flick them on and off. And like I said, the problem with this game is, or my main problem with the game is, when I'm flying in the plane, like there's the radio there. I'll go and flick with the radio a bit. No, where's the radio? Radio stack is down here. On the floor somewhere? Right, yeah. To do both of these at the same time. Radio stack. Radio. There you go. There's a radio stack. So you can see when I'm trying to change anything, you have to hold this button. I don't want to make it down because it's already controlled. You have to press these buttons, and they don't really work that well. They really don't work that well at all. Even you're going to zoom in on them. I'm looking at this camera through a camera, so I'm giving myself issues here. But you can see what happens is the buttons don't always go up and down correctly for you. Some of them zoom in and out, some of them touching that. So that's one of them things where them patio things are that can go up and down, which will be super useful because that radio stack there will have 4 of them alone. Then you need to do the squawk in the center. That's the identifier for the plane. Not even too sure what them A, F, and AD ones are. I don't really know what everything is in the plane. This is the GPS system here, which pops up on the screen like that. Can't really do much about that, bar use the buttons on this to help out on that, but we still don't have a screen for them. There is a setup where other people are spending more money doing a screen setup, but I haven't looked at that yet. So what I'm pretty much doing is, on my panels, I'm emulating most of these, which are the starters, the generators, all the light switches, all the running lights, and everything else. So with my setup here, it's hard to see because some computers down on there. So that would be the panel laid out. As you can see, it's engines. It'll be engines and start here. So this is for a 2-engine setup. So the whole panel is just, I guess it's 3 feet long, nearly 4 feet long, 3.5 feet long at the moment. Now this is enough for one, any of single engine or dual engine planes. Now in this setup, it just has where I've done the throttle and all of that on it as well, even though most of the hand controllers come with that. But I like to be able to use the full big ones themselves. The lights are pretty much standard in every plane, starting, motor, power, generators, and all that stuff is the same. Elevator trims and stuff will be all here. That'll be all on the sliders as well. Them ones we're going to have to try and get roller rockers for. Would be nice. Switches, I don't really have a lot of switches drawn yet, but these switches, we will need some of these. These switches are going to jump 2 positions and then roll to the 3rd one but snap back. I know sort of a way around that as well. There will be a few of these 3-way positions as well, which are not a big deal. This would be the autopilot, which these would be very cool if we could print on them buttons, but they're just push buttons to be on or off. And the thing is, I don't want to get all the buttons the same. I don't want to make them all look the same. So these should be all like flip switches. These should be all rocker switches.